Alright, passengers of Bricksville, this is your captain speaking. We are now about 32,000 bricks above Bricksville. Cruising speed is probably an unsafe amount. We over here at Totally Safe Airlines would like to take a moment to thank everyone riding with us and thank our sponsor, Jack You Up Insurance Company. For the highest insurance rates in Bricksville, make sure to check out Jack You Up, because because they're paying us to tell you to check them out. So as we fly, and I desperately try to keep you all from dying, over to your left, you're going to notice the very patriotic Bricksville Eagle. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, the Eagle has apparently decided it's had enough of the rising insurance costs and appears to be coming straight for our plane. But don't worry, the chances of dying to, having an Eagle sucked into the engines is really low. I remember seeing that on, a statistical website. Very patriotic, Eagle, but you should have known better. You don't take the Bricksville airplane construction agencies lightly, alright? If we have to take nukes, we can easily take out an Eagle. Sorry, buddy. Hopefully it wasn't an endangered species. Alright, passengers, we seem to have opened up a small pocket in the nose of the plane due to the Eagle. So if you feel a little bit of a draft, that's all it is, but pay no mind. I'm sure we'll be able to get to our destination in time before the plane completely falls apart. Alright, people of Bricksville, we appear to be coming up against some rocket-powered birds now. Alright, folks, the rocket-powered birds are inbound. Again, the structure of the plane is pretty strong, so we should be alright. Okay, I was wrong. The plane is starting to take a lot of damage. The plane is now very, very damaged. Part of the plane is gone. Alright, people of Bricksville, we're going to attempt to land this plane. There's a couple of places that we could potentially land. The buildings over to the right. There is a runway straight ahead of us. But instead, I think I'm going to attempt to get over into this gas station, as I think it'll provide a nice soft landing for our plane. Good, we're going to go ahead and brace for impact in about 3, 2, 1. Okay, there's the impact, and yeah. So, remember everyone, Jack You Up Insurance Company is there for your claim after riding Totally Safe Airlines.
Now I see why the parcel of land for this gas station was so cheap. Planes versus birds. I had always wondered, how hard it would be to land a plane if it got attacked by a bunch of birds. Remember that one movie with, what was it, Sully? Whatever, with Tom Hanks, where he had to land a plane after it got, attacked by, 6 billion seagulls or whatever the hell it was. Well, it's the same thing here. Today, our planes are gonna undergo a bunch of aerial attacks from something that's not like cannons or anti-air missiles for once. It's Mother Nature themselves, birds. Now, in general, like we saw with the Eagle, a regular bird doesn't really pose that much of an issue for such a plane like this. But what happens if we multiply the regular patriotic Eagles? Will it finally get somewhere and do a little bit of damage? And after the damage is done, can we adequately land the plane? Now, we also had a lovely gas station over here. It has been said that this gas station has realistic destruction. In order to determine, where did the gas station go? Here it is. In order to determine whether or not this is true, we're going to have to throw a plane at it. Oh, and by the way, they're hiring over at Towering Towers Tower. All right, preliminary test. How potent is it? Well, let me go ahead and bank myself off the ground first. Are we literally going to miss the gas station? Nope, totally not gonna miss the gas station. Oh, the gas station has some explosives inside. Did not know that. Gas station's going to rest peacefully up against the other vehicle, and somehow the plane getting everything shaved off of the underneath of it is totally hold on. Okay, we've lost both wings. Don't worry though. Gray's still gonna try and land this. Please don't hit the building. For the love of God, I don't want to deal with the comments that are gonna happen if we hit this building. There's no way. I can't stop. I may be able to ricochet off the building. Hold on. Okay, I'm ricocheting off the building. Okay, we're kind of, let me go ahead and put on the air brakes, because now we're sliding in between two buildings. And look at that landing right there. A near perfect landing. I think everyone inside would be totally fine. They would probably have level 85 whiplash. If you notice, the body of the plane is all in one piece and it's not on fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and consider that a victory. So this is the inside of the plane. Every seat has detached itself from the cabin. But the seats are, most of them are in one piece. Brick people don't have any organs, so it's not like they have to worry about, you know, their livers and stuff imploding upon themselves as their gelatinous masses go soaring all over the place inside their own bodies. All right, so we had one eagle before, but how about a whole flock of eagles? What if the plane ran into those? Would it still do all right? There they are, soaring gracefully through the air, American flag on their tail, looking very aggressive. These birds, if you notice, they just look really angry, like a permanent scowl, probably because they know that they're bait in order to determine the durability of the planes in Bricksville. So you're flying over Bricksville like it's no big deal. When all of a sudden, eagles, sad, depressed eagles, because they know what their future looks like. All right, the plane kind of looks like it's going to shave the top end of the eagle. I'm surprised at how much damage the eagles do. Like, you wouldn't think that these sad little creations would do really anything to the plane, but they appear to do, they shave off bricks, like at the very least. So we did take some damage from that. We could probably still land this though. There comes the landing gear. And that right there is a pretty good landing if ever I did see so. Wings are still in one piece. Plane's not looking too bad. All right, let's get a more square hit with the eagles. We're coming in for a landing. When all of a sudden, friggin' eagles, the last thing you'd ever want to see on your approach into the runway. The eagles are messing this plane up. They are striking everywhere. We have eagles on the wing. We had an eagle on the engine, but I think we're still kind of sort of in one piece. All right, so if we can, we're gonna try and land this here after that hit. This plane could take some damage. We may have to try some different planes too. All right, look at this. Touchdown. Again, the eagles couldn't do it. You know what? Maybe we'll just multiply the eagles. That's how things work in Bricksville. If it doesn't work the first time, you just add more. All right, we're coming into the approach. There's a whole slew of eagles. I'm talking a lot of eagles, man. The eagles are everywhere. The eagles are angry. Oh my God. I have everything in slow motion, but it's impossible to move. So from the ground, this is what it would look like. Oh no, we just had a critical engine failure. And with that explosion, again, there is nothing left of the plane. All right, there's all the eagles hitting the ground. So at least they fall apart too. You know what? They're sacrificing themselves to test the durability of these planes. Let's try it. Maybe a different plane will hold up better. All right. So we've got this beautiful luxury style plane over here. Fantastic looking plane. There's a couple of negatives that I've seen about this plane though. You know, it has the auto retracting landing gear and it kind of like sort of drives itself. The only problem is when you use slow motion. Because when you turn on slow motion, this plane kicks physics in the face so hard that it turns into the most like G-force spiraling roll ever. Here you go, watch the roll in full speed. Now it'll level itself out. It's pretty impressive, but it just makes slow motion almost impossible. It's also really well built. Like that was a full crash at full speed and it only took a wing out. The plane went through the eagles like an RKO or something. Like it did like a massive WWE maneuver through all the eagles. All right, so can we land this? Well, what is blowing up? Are the eagles carrying explosives around with them? I think they are. So this is what we managed to do. We lost both wings, one engine. The cockpit is still in one piece. In fact, our little brickman, sporting his face of total triumph, is in there. And the luxury portion of the inside of the plane looks to be in decent repair. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a thumbs up. That was a pretty tough plane. All right, we're back up in the air. So now how about plane versus explosive birds? All right, the plane is doing a ton of spirals. The wings may end up clipping. Oh, I don't know. Is it seriously gonna get through them all? Okay, it got through the first pass. Hold on. Okay, second pass, not so much. The wings ended up taking out a couple of it. Now there's still one over here. Oh, that's a big hit. Yep, ping-ponged into all the explosive birds. And thus, nothing is left. But a little bit of the cockpit, which is now on fire and almost landing directly on the train tracks, which is where planes go to die. It's like the worst place to land. This is all that's left. Like the tiniest little bit of the cockpit. Okay, we've done passenger planes, but how about a fighter plane? This thing's made to take hits, right? It's got weapons. It's got bombs. It's got rockets. Flies pretty good too. Huh. I wonder how the rockets do. Oh my god, this thing is a little bit... Rockets away! Oh no. We're about to see whether or not it can take a hit. Oh, there goes my guy. That moment when you're flying so fast that you almost outrun your own rockets. Yeah, it's bad. One of the rockets was on point. The plane itself is just showering the town with shrapnel. It did manage to take down a building. Okay, so maybe this is possibly gonna die to the Eagles a little bit better than I thought, but let's at least give it a shot. Eagles versus the Eagle. This is so strange to watch. It's like Eagleception. Wow, it plowed through the Eagles. It didn't even, okay, it cared now. All right, I think we may still be able to land this. Hold on, I'm trying. It's kind of hard because it's flip-a-doodling around a lot. Okay, let's cut the engines. Bring it back on those engines. The engines are not cutting at all. The engines did not cut. We just ran face first to the ground. Okay. Fighter jet, maybe not the best for dealing with Eagles. All right, we're gonna back it down on the engines quite a bit. Let's try this. Yeah, perfect. All right, the Eagles are in your way. Use your firepower. Okay. The firepower didn't necessarily work. The plane just decided to careen through all the Eagles, and in the process, it disintegrated into a shower of parts. Use that minigun! Use it! Yes! Good job! Totally went past all the Eagles. Come on, Eagles, you can do it. You're gonna be fine. You're just fodder for testing purposes in brick rigs. Well done. That is on target. Now it's starting to hit the Eagles a little bit. It's still gonna end up crashing into at least one Eagle, but it got through the swarm of Eagles, the flock of Eagles, whatever, and now it's just a matter of can it take the hit on the ground, and it looks like finally it can. And all the Eagles... No! The Eagles surrounded it after it landed and destroyed it. Look at this. He knows. I'm still getting beat by Eagle parts. All right. This wouldn't be a birds versus plane testing if we didn't have some sort of hyper-realistic destruction. So here we go. Hyper-realistic crash plane versus the Eagles of Sadness. Go, my children. Teach this plane what time it is. Wow, the plane does not care. The plane is taking Eagles out. Okay. The plane did well getting through the... I'm kind of surprised. We have one wing left. Let's go ahead and bring back on the throttle a little bit here. I think we can land this. That's a touchdown. Okay. Oh, now the body is separating. That turned from a really good landing into a really bad landing. I totally thought we were going to have that one, but then the hyper-realistic destruction kicked in and everything fell into pieces. All right, Eagles. You can do better than the last time. Go get them, boys! Okay, we have several explosions. We got a wing that just came off. Part of the... Oh, I don't think there's a way to land this. The plane separated it into two large parts. Did we lose one wing or both wings? We lost both wings. All right, it's fine. We're still gonna try and land this. Technically, we still have the ability to pilot it. So here we go. Just gonna try and land it nice and soft into the ground over here. Well, all the seats of the passengers are raining down now. But, you know, the pilot's area is gone. Only the sticks remain. So the end result is some planes can land after getting attacked by vicious brick-eating birds. Some not so well. I'm not sure what we need more of. More powerful birds or better built planes. Hey, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of Brick Rigs. Until the next time, stay foxy and much love.